Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
20 University of Michigan Dearborn softball players suspended. Coming up, we'll tell you why some of their parents think this was retaliation by the athletic department.
Also, Michigan about to increase its weekly COVID vaccines by as much as 50%, why the effort to get everyone a shot is speeding up.
But we begin with breaking news. The search for a shooter on Detroit's west side. 2
people were killed, a third hurt in a shooting on Schoolcraft near the Southfield Freeway. Police say the 3 were in a car when someone in a gray or silver Durango pulled up next to them and opened fire. A man and woman were killed. A 17-year-old boy is at the hospital. He's in serious condition right now. Police are asking anyone with information on what happened to come forward right away. 2 major developments tonight on the COVID vaccine front that will get more shots into arms across the state.
Michigan will get a record number of vaccines next week, and it'll help with backlogged appointments. And an FDA panel has recommended a 3rd coronavirus vaccine, the first that requires a single dose. Mara McDonald is live at Henry Ford Hospital, where phase 3 trials were held for that Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Mara?
Kimberly, good evening, and for the first time in what feels like a really long time, I can say to you, would you like the good news or the good news when it comes to vaccine allotment? Let me show you. Vaccine scarcity has been an ongoing problem. Doses canceled, difficulties securing an appointment. Next week is an improvement. The state is set to get the largest shipment of Pfizer and Moderna vaccine up to this point, 409,240 doses in all, beating the last shipment high of 388,000 doses. Health departments, hospitals, and drugstores were forced to cancel vaccine appointments over the last 2 weeks, but now that the FDA panel has given its endorsement to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, it likely means the numbers are about to ramp up even further.
If Johnson & Johnson actually does get their EUA approval this weekend, the state expects about an additional 83,000 doses of Johnson & Johnson.
Henry Ford was a phase 3 trial spot for both Moderna and Johnson & Johnson. Should you shop around for a specific vaccine? The docs at Ford say no.
If this new vaccine is approved and recommended by the committee and the FDA, and you have an opportunity to get either a Pfizer vaccine, Moderna vaccine, or the Janssen or J&J vaccine, I would highly recommend that you take advantage of that opportunity. Each of these vaccines are safe and effective. Personally, I would feel very comfortable receiving any one of them.
Back here alive, there is a real possibility the FDA grants that emergency authorization by tomorrow, or potentially Sunday, which means those J&J vaccines would be rolling here in the state of Michigan next week. We're live at Henry Ford Hospital on the Boulevard tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Yep, certainly good news, Mara. We appreciate it. Well, later in this newscast, Paula Tutman talks to a University of Michigan professor on that FDA panel about why she's confident in the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. All right, now to today's other coronavirus headlines. Michigan reported 1,073 new coronavirus cases with 1 death. Detroit Public Schools Community District has announced it will resume in-person learning for all grade levels on March 8th. Parents can opt for students to stay virtual.
Right now, the House is debating President Biden's coronavirus relief plan. A live look right now at the House floor, where a vote on the nearly $2 trillion package is expected soon. It includes $1,400 stimulus checks and an extension of unemployment benefits. The bill is expected to pass the House. A little more mysterious as to what will happen on the Senate side. We'll let you know when they vote this evening. Now, warmer weather on its way for the weekend, which is always a good idea.
So is the rain, though. No. Ben's tracking our first round overnight here. Hi, Ben.
Hi, guys. Yeah, good news, bad news, but here's the good stuff. The trickiest part of this forecast is really going to happen in the next few hours when a lot of us are heading to bed. Let's go to Storm Tracker 4. You can start to see a little bit of this precipitation moving in from the south. It is starting to change colors, indicating that there is going to be some freezing rain, but as of right now, nothing actually reaching the ground. More of this is off to the southwest across northern parts of Indiana. Of course, that's all headed here. But during this entire time, we will be seeing temperatures warming, although right now you can see Adrian reporting dry conditions. Really all of southeast Michigan just under clouds. you got to go to Coldwater and further south, which is actually picking up a few flakes right now. Current air temperatures are below freezing, but those will actually warm through the nighttime hours tonight. So by the time we wake up tomorrow morning, we'll have rain out there, but it will be all liquid, except in areas in the northern part of the north zone. So there may be some snowflakes up there, and then we're dry for the rest of Saturday. Sunday, a different story. Still rain chances. We'll talk timing there and the warmest temperatures of the forecast coming up in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Ben. A 14-year-old girl is expected to go before a judge tomorrow accused of stabbing her grandmother to death. A 65-year-old woman was found dead in a home on Kimberly Drive near Michigan Avenue and Getty's Road. That was Monday morning. Investigators, though, have not released the identity of the grandmother nor of the granddaughter. So we expect we will learn a lot more about the case tomorrow.
A man is charged with second-degree murder for a fiery crash that killed a Romulus woman. Police say Felipe Ferguson was driving drunk when he crashed into 49-year-old Shane Ratliff Tuesday, causing her car to burst into flames. It happened at the intersection of Van Born and Henry Ruff Road in Westland. In court today, the judge said this was Ferguson's fourth drunk driving offense. He was given a $500,000 bond. New information on the case against former gymnastics coach John Geddert and the charges he was set to face before he took his own life.
The Olympics coach and owner of Twist Stars Gym in Diamondale was facing 24 counts, including human trafficking. Court documents reveal allegations of emotional, physical, and sexual abuse for decades. Among the allegations, Geddert forced young girls to practice with broken bones, legs, spines, and arms. He allegedly sexually assaulted a 14-year-old girl because she underperformed at practice. Geddert was also accused of telling athletes to kill themselves and keeping a list of girls that he referred to as his fat club.
We've been following the saga over spring sports at U of M Dearborn. The school planned to cancel the season because of COVID concerns, then they reversed that decision.
Seemed like things were settled until 20 members of the softball team got word they were being suspended for holding a practice. Jason Colthorpe live on campus tonight where there is more to the story. Jason.
Oh, yeah, Devin. Well, that practice was in Troy. It was at a church gymnasium. The team was invited. Some wore masks, some didn't, but they said they social distance. Well, the university found out, decided it was a violation, and the original punishment was no practice for 3 weeks. But that changed, and a lot of parents think it had something to do with what happened at last week's Board of Regents meeting. Watch.
Chancellor Grasso and whoever else concedes to him is responsible for all of these college careers that have been ruined.
That was U of M Dearborn softball team captain Madeline Skeen voicing frustration at the university's canceling of sports at last Thursday's Board of Regents meeting. The next day, the athletic department decided to go ahead with the spring season, but it also changed the softball team's previous punishment of a 3-week pause on practices to 2-game suspensions for 20 players.
You fight to get the season back. Madeline said what she said based on the information that she had gathered. This absolutely feels like retaliation against a young student athlete who called them on the carpet and they didn't like it.
Her father, Doug, feels this type of first-time infraction should have merited a warning, not mass suspensions.
I couldn't understand how a group of girls, a dozen girls, gather at a church to work on some drills, and yet that wasn't allowed. And not only was it not allowed, now it's being recognized and punished.
In a statement, UM Dearborn believes it struck the right balance of sanctions for not following athletic department rules and MDHHS and church guidelines, while still allowing the team to compete by staggering the suspensions.
They changed the punishment. They made it more severe. And I don't care what they tell me until they can show me some proof of something of some kind. I'm going to believe that this is absolutely retribution. Can we just get these kids back on the field so they can play softball?
The added layer to this, by the way, that parents say can't help lead them to think that this has something to do with retaliation is the fact that the athletic director called Madeline Skeen after that Board of Regents meeting last week and admonished her for her comments. Now, the university won't acknowledge that, but they say no one player was singled out, and that's evidenced by the fact that 20 were suspended. We're at U of M Dearborn tonight. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
See, we said there was more to the story. All right, Jason. Stretches of 2 major Metro Detroit freeways have shut down for the weekend. In Oakland County, I-75 closing between I-696 and 8 Mile. Crews are going to be demolishing bridges as part of the big modernization project. I-94 is now closed between I-75 and Connor. The Burns Street overpass in Detroit will be coming down. Both I-94 and I-75 will be reopened in time for the Monday morning drive. More procedures today for legendary golfer Tiger Woods after that rollover crash earlier this week.
How he's doing in his road to recovery. And minutes after she voted to endorse the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, a member of the FDA advisory panel sat down with our Paula Tutman. What makes this third vaccine different and why she's encouraged.
But first, they say it was planned. A family gets emotional as a man is sentenced for a sucker punch that killed a father.
I want you to see this precious man that now I have to do without every day of my life.
How long the attacker will spend in prison? Next.